think what's interesting is a lot of people don't understand when I promote Christianity as a philosophy, I'm promoting it as a philosophy, not as a religious belief system, although I do think that it as a religious belief system is better than reclamation of past pagan beliefs and recreating them into postmodernist stuff. But let me explain. I wanted to do a video about Lent and fasting, as well as Easter and transfigurism. Now, fasting has been practiced by many different people, but it is very much practiced in Christianity. However, there has been a new embrace of fasting by the health conscious because it allegedly resets the immune system and all these other things. Now, when I was exploring various means of how to raise myself up, obviously Talima or Thalima, Aleister Crowley's belief system does promote fasting. What I would like to point out is this, though. The concept, as does Dr. Well, not Doctor, I'm sorry, Mr. Ben Clausen, Pontifex Maximus Ben Clausen, promotes fasting also, as does the Seventh-day Adventist Church, which of course is Christian. The thing I would like to say, though, is the type of fasting that's partaken in Lent is more similar to that of the guy Daniel in the Bible, who refused to eat the rich foods of the Babylonians. Now, this is the kind of fast that I personally partake in every day of my life. I do not eat meat, I do not eat dairy, I do not eat eggs, I do not eat, as best I can, I do not eat any refined foods or rich foods that are of civilization, so to say. I make as much of my food from scratch as possible, and when I do eat refined foods, I make sure they're as health promoting as possible. Now, this is the kind of, quote, fast that promotes health. I'm not a huge believer in intermittent fasting or other means of fasting because, frankly, I've been hungry quite a bit in my life, and I don't like being excessively hungry for long periods of time. But what does this have to do with transfigurism or becoming godlike? Well, many people may not understand, but it's the attempt to become like God goes back very far back. In fact, medieval alchemy, which went into the Renaissance and even into the modern times, which sought to transmute the lead, the base lead of humanity, into the gold of divinity, used Christianity as a symbol quite frequently, as do many sects today of these belief systems, such as Masonry. Now, how I'm going to go into this is this. A friend of mine, I always used to joke with her that she was the biological expression of transubstantiation. Now, those that don't know what transubstantiation is, in the Roman Catholic, Episcopal, and Lutheran religion, it's when the bread, the wafer, and the wine become the quote, physical body and blood of Jesus. However, what true biological transubstantiation would be called would be transfigurism, which is when the person would become as God. And this person was as God. Just kidding. But let's go on. I will state like this. Okay. So transfigurism is becoming more possible. It is becoming more possible for us to become like God through the use of technology, through the use of gene therapies, genetic engineering, and also, of course, eugenics. And I recommend people go to eugenics.net and check out their information. There's also an excellent article called Eugenics and God's Will, I believe it's called, by Marion Van Coort, if I'm not mistaken. And I recommend people read that. But the reason, see, what it is Lent honors the fasting period of Jesus in the wilderness. Easter is his resurrection and transfigurism into God. Now, I'm not saying that any of this actually even happened, but what I'm saying is symbolically these are powerful stories that are present in other religious teachings, but in Christianity, which is what most people understand and which has acted the most to unify people and lift people up throughout the many centuries, I would highly recommend people take the time, which it is still Lent. I've been distracted in making this video. And take the time to observe this, whether or not they're Christian or whether or not they even know what the heck I'm talking about. Maybe they should try and figure it out. So fasting is how we show that we are able to withstand the temptations of life. And I would recommend a fast from, what do you call it, from refined foods, meat, cheeses, wine, of course, no alcohol, things of that. Now, this is what is also promoted by the Seventh-day Adventists. And that's about all for this video. It's been a little rambly, but I'm half asleep, so that's about it.